Greetings and a warm welcome to you all, business people and entrepreneurs. I want to believe that today you have a great expectation to be trained, to be taught on how to become a sustainable business person. Also, I'm encouraging you all to copy the link and take the link to your WhatsApp groups and other platforms that you have access to. Share with your friends, share with your colleagues, so that everyone is transformed this evening. Spread the message that something big is about to happen. Something big is about to be born out of you. You know, whatever you find yourself doing, you should always shoot for the moon or the sun. Like they say, if you miss the moon, you will land among the stars. Many times, as young entrepreneurs, as young energetic people, we always shoot very low. And when you shoot very low, you always miss the target. So you should always understand one thing that comes with your imagination. You are the only person who can limit who you are going to become or what you are going to become. And one thing I can share with you is knowledge is the foundation of your exaltation. You can never be elevated beyond what you know. Have you ever wondered why God took Abraham out of his own tent and said to him, "Look into the sky, number the stars, count the stars, and so shall be thy offspring"? Are you seeing the power of imagination? What you see, you achieve. What you picture in your mind, you achieve. Don't be limited by your own tent. Don't be limited by your community. Don't be limited by your environment. Don't be limited by what people say you are. You should get out of thy tent and start counting the stars. Start numbering the stars. And so shall be the number of your employees. And so shall be your sales revenue. And so shall be your profit. Only if you can see. So whatever you are trying to target in your life, you should always know that the only thing that is going to limit you or exalt you is what you know. Like I always say, what takes up an airplane to a certain altitude, what keeps an airplane to a certain altitude when it's flying, it is the knowledge that the pilot possesses. It is the expertise, it is the know-how that the pilot has. So just like you, what is going to take you to places of influence, to levels of greatness, is hidden in your knowledge acquisition skills. Never underestimate a person who reads. Never underestimate a person who pursues knowledge and education. So believe you me, whatever endeavor, whatever that you want to achieve, make sure that venture is intertwined with knowledge. Just to recap on what we had in part 1 of this series. Number 1, failure is part of success. Failure is an important ingredient in the equation of success. So as an entrepreneur, it is important never to get discouraged when you fail. Number 2, as an entrepreneur, you are either paid with each side of the coin. What do I mean by that? You are either paid with cash or experience. When you get a seasoned person who can mentor you in business, rather sacrifice the money, get the know-how, get the expertise, get the knowledge of how you can become a sustainable business person. Number 3, don't dodge the process of becoming an entrepreneur. Take the required time to do the necessary research, study and sharpen your idea. Make sure that the information about your business is at your fingertips. You should become an amalgamation of all the skills that are required to run a business. The skill to interact with your customers, the skill to market and sell your product, so that in case of let's say when things go wrong, you are an amalgamation of all these skills, which means you can make sales alone. You can market your product alone. So that's why I say don't dodge the process. Number 4, I also touched on borrowing, and I proved that borrowing is another way of raising capital. You should borrow into production and not expenditure. And that idea you are borrowing into should be carefully and well thought. On today's episode, we are going deeper into the matters of entrepreneurship. The main purpose of this series is to unpack and to reveal the secrets, the truths that have been hidden from us by many successful entrepreneurs, so that as you walk in your journey, you will not meet unnecessary surprises and hurdles, and to equip you with the relevant knowledge. I've titled today's episode, Everyone is Not Your Customer. Everyone is not your client. Every business, every product has its own target customers and users. Not everyone will like your product or service. Not everyone will use your product or be its customer. But still, when we start a business, when we develop a product, we try to relate the product with everyone and say, everyone will be my customer, everyone will be my client, but it does not work that way. So it happened that in 2021, this is my personal experience, I realized that our organization needed intensive marketing. So we engaged ourselves in that marketing program. We drove around town, dropping off our business cards and letting people know about our business. So it happened that we saw this other organization, and as we drove towards that place, that organization, somehow we missed the place because the road was not that straight. So the team said, no, it's fine, we'll come back some other time. The very same week, I was called by this other lady, and she said, I'm so and so, our organization is at this location. She described the location and she said, we need your service. To my surprise, this is the very same organization that we missed the last time we were dropping off our business cards. The lady who called had been referred to us by one of our clients. I started to ask myself so many questions. How come the very same organization that we missed the last time is the one calling us for our service today? You know, I'm someone who is very sensitive. I pay attention to even small details because small details matter. But anyway, we sealed the deal and we did the job. The problem came on the day of delivering the product. The lady said, no, this is not what I was expecting. In fact, I'm disappointed. Disappointed. I then realized that is why we missed that organization in the first place. But for some reasons, we got to save this client, maybe because there were some lessons to take from this experience. I then said, it's fine, we can write off the product and you don't pay anything. This is a principle that I mastered in my life, that in whatever, whether in business, whether it's social life, you should avoid war at all cost, even when you know that you are right. We settled the matter. They didn't pay anything, nothing. They took our time. We spent a week saving them. We lost other potential customers because we're telling them that for this week, we are not available. We are booked somewhere else. But I overlooked all those costs because I also wanted to save our name as an organization. But guess what? Another company came through and asked for the samples of our work. Please don't lose me here because this is where the whole episode is about. We showed them the exact work that we did for this other organization that got disappointed, because that was the only sample of that sort that we had at that time. These guys said, "This is exactly what we've been looking for. Can we pay in advance and secure our day?" They paid in advance without even negotiating. Are you seeing something here? This is the same product, the same service, and we have one customer saying, "I don't like your product, we are writing it off," and another one proposing even to pay the whole amount in advance without even negotiating. So targeting and planning as per defined segment is so helpful. If it is not done properly, you may waste your time interacting with the wrong clientele and incur opportunity cost that you may never recover. So everyone is not your customer. You need to define customers wisely. This is the basics of sales and marketing, and if you apply this, many of your hurdles will be solved. Thank you for watching.